Hello and welcome back to another gardening video. The garden is looking really lovely now, with many flowers in bloom. The color scheme is a mix of soft apricots, yellows, pinks and lavender blue. In this video I will give you a tour in my garden and I will be harvesting some fruits and veg. Hello and welcome to my garden. I'm standing at the back of my garden where it is buzzing with bees here, and some butterflies are here as well. If you want to attract pollinators to your garden, I highly recommend growing this plant. It is an agastache and this variety is called Blue Fortune. It has these gorgeous lavender blue flowers and they have a lovely scent if you rub the foliage. It's really nice. It flowers for a very long time. It has been flowering now for weeks and it still hasn't finished, and the bees just absolutely adore it. So yeah, I highly recommend growing this one. Now, as you can see, it is the end of July and lots of dahlias are starting to flower now. This one is a beautiful soft pink with a yellow center. This one is called Breakout. I really love this one. It's one of my favorites. It has these huge flowers. It needs a bit of staking because the flowers can grow quite tall. So yeah, if you get rain, it might flop and break. So this one needs staking. Then over here, I have a yellow variety. This is called La Luna. It's the first time that I grow this variety. I think it's really nice. It's a very bright yellow flower, but I think it works really well with the rest of the color scheme here. And then over there I have an orange one that I'm growing for a long time now. I've had, I think, 3 or 4 years. That one is called Garden Jubilee. Really love the flower. Works really well with the color scheme as well. It's a bit more orangey, but I think it makes stand out the other dahlias and a little bit more, it pops a little bit more. Otherwise it's a bit too flat, all too soft pastely. So I really like that there are some brighter colors in between as well. In front I have a new variety, Pompon Dahlia. That one is called Sweet Suzanne. I absolutely adore this one. Beautiful soft apricot color. A bit similar colors as the Breakout. So I really like that one, that you have the similar colors but in a different shape and size of flower. So definitely one that I will be growing again next year, and I will probably add a few more of them. I just look at all these cabbage whites. Yeah, I really adore these butterflies. I don't like them on my cabbages and on my Brussels sprouts, but yeah, over here it's really lovely to see them. Yeah, in between I have a cafe au lait, but you can't see that from where the camera is, I think. I have another one here, so I will show a few close-ups of the cafe au lait. I always grow that one, really love that one. Beautiful soft pink, sometimes more creamy white, but a really good performer. Absolutely adore the one. Then over there in front I have another one. That one is called Peaches. Yeah, it's not really a peach color, it's a bit, yeah, it differs. That one is more peachy, but I have one over there and that's more a soft pink. Really like the shape of the flower. It's a bit of an in-between a pompon and a water lily. That one is growing a little bit too tall to my taste. It always happens like that. Yeah, there are always some mistakes in the garden, or well, not mistakes, it's just how it works with nature. Last year I grew that one and it only got 50 centimeters tall, so I was thinking that it's perfect for that little bed. I don't want to grow that bed too tall because then you can't see what's growing here, so I like that one a little bit lower, but yeah, somehow that one grew quite tall this year. And over there I have another one and that's not growing so tall, so yeah, ideally I would swap them, but that's not possible. But yeah, I don't mind, I just leave it. I'm not going to cut it. I think it's really, really beautiful. Just like the agastache, they're quite tall this year. I'm not very tall, I'm just 1 meter 60 centimeters, but these are growing quite well this year. And I have quite a lot of plants here that you can't see at the moment, because this one is taking a lot of space. So I'm not sure if I leave it here or if I will move it at the end of the season, maybe a little bit more towards the back or towards that side. So these ones can grow a little bit better as well. I was hoping that these dahlias would grow tall as well, because there are some breakouts like this one, and I was thinking they will all grow quite tall and then it works really well. But somehow they didn't really grow well, maybe because of the trees or the hydrangeas that take a lot of light away from them. I'm not sure, but yeah, it is what it is this year. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how everything is going. The great thing about these agastaches is also that even though they do grow quite tall, they don't need staking. The stems are really, really tough and sturdy, and yeah, they can hold themselves upright quite well. So that's really nice. Yeah, I think the colors look really nice. There's some more Garden Jubilee here as well, the orangey ones. So I think I really like that. That goes in between the softer colors. I think for next year, somewhere here, I need to put another orangey. I wasn't sure, I did think about that, but I wasn't sure about it because last year these Garden Jubilees were growing quite tall. So that's why I put them a little bit more towards the back. But I think next year I can grow another one here. I think that would work really, really well. So yeah, that's it for this border, and let's move on to that side of the garden. So this border is where I have another peaches growing, really beautiful flower. And like I said, yeah, I would rather have swapped them. This one can grow a little bit taller here. It has lots of space here. Then underneath here, I think, oh, there's a little snail that I need to remove. It is nibbling on this dahlia. I think this is peaches as well. Yeah, that's the same plant, that's peaches. There should be a cafe au lait somewhere in here as well. Maybe it's this one, and I think a breakout as well. I have some phlox here, the cherry caramel. I highly recommend growing these. I absolutely adore these ones. They were already in flower in May and they just continue to flower. And I think they work really well, especially with some of the dahlias, with the sweet Suzanne, and it works with the peaches as well. The breakouts, they're really, really pretty. I don't stake them because I grow a lot of plants in these borders. But if you don't have a lot of plants, you need to stake them. But otherwise, they will just lean onto the other plants. And then, yeah, they will do well. Over here, I have a beautiful cosmos. This is one of my favorite cosmos. This one is apricot lemonade. It has these beautiful, soft yellow flowers. Flower petals, and then in the center it's a more bright pink. I think they're really pretty. And then there's another one here that's really beautiful. This one is one of the cupcakes blush. This is a pink one, but these are all the same seed package. So here's a white one, more ruffled. There's a more brighter pink here with a dark pink center. There's some soft pink, so yeah, you never know what you're going to get. But they're all really, really pretty. They grow a little bit taller. As you can see, this one grows almost up to my height, so 1 meter 50 centimeters. So that's why I'm growing them here. I did grow them another time in that border, but it was really, really tall and you couldn't see the back of the garden. So that's why they're here. And I have some over there as well, but they're not in flower and not growing that well. So not sure why, but yeah, that's how it goes. Over here I have a lovely anemone, a soft pink one. This one flowers very early, but I don't know what variety it is. I have it for many years now, so I have no idea. It is a really tall plant, it's just one plant. And it is very dry, hot and dry here. Not a spot that I would choose for an anemone, but it does really well here, so that's why I'm not moving it. Because I struggle with a lot of other anemones, like the Honorine Jobert, the white ones. I absolutely adore them, and I've tried growing them in the white borders and between the box domes, more in shade, but they never grow well. They never perform. So yeah, once this one has found a good spot, I will just leave it here. As you can see, there's a white climbing rose here, and it has grown really, really tall. I need to, oh, that was not a good idea to touch it. Whoops, there it goes. Yeah, I need to tie that to the, up there somewhere. But I need to cut the U first, and then I can yeah, tie that to the U, to the fence. I have it for a long time as well, but somehow it doesn't really flower. I don't know, the first years it flowered really well, but after that, not many flowers. But yeah, I will give it another try. In front there's still a few agapanthus in flower. This one is amuret and the other one is summer love. I'm not sure which one is what. I think this one is the summer love. That's not as tall as this one. And then I have a variety, the same variety in white there as well. And I'm still walking around here with my little snail. What am I going to do with you? Okay, let's move on. So this is the white agapanthus. This one is called Amuret White. I have a white summer love as well. I have it on the terrace. This one only flowers once, and once it's finished, that's it for a whole year. The summer love continues flowering, so that's why I prefer the summer love over this one. But it has a lot of flowers, and it's really, really pretty. And then behind it, I have some dahlias, some little pompon dahlias in a pot. This one is called, let me think, this one is called Snowflake. Really tiny pompons, and it's just perfect for these terracotta pots. And then over there at the back, there is the Café au lait dahlia, really, really pretty. And then in front here, I have another peaches. So that's the same one that I grow over there, but this one is a lot more pinky, soft pink. Really pretty. And then everywhere in between there's some zinnias and cosmos, some chamomile. Yeah, basically that's it. And then I have the hydrangeas at the back. I'm really struggling with the hydrangeas at the moment. We had some really heavy rain showers and these flowers are so tall. And then they soak up the moist like a sponge. So a lot of them broke just above the little fence, the stake that I put in there. So I'm not sure how to to do that for next year. Previous years it went really well with the staking, but this year they all snap just above the stake. So yeah, even if I'm putting the stake a little bit taller up, they just break just above it. So yeah, that's quite a shame. You can see it here. These are the ones that all broke. It's still hanging in here a bit, but yeah, that's a shame because it's always a beautiful backdrop for the dahlias. Lots of them here broke as well. In a garden, there are always some areas that you're not quite happy with, like this one. It was really, really beautiful in May when the roses were in flower. They were in the middle here, and with the foxgloves, it was really, really pretty. But now it's a bit messy, not enough flowers. The height is a bit everywhere. Like this one, the peaches dahlia. Look how pretty it is. It is growing a little bit too tall, or if I want it to be this tall, then there should be some others here with the same height. But I'm growing the sweet Suzanne in here. You can't see them. It's here and over there. They're not that tall. So I think for next year I would put only some sweet Suzannes in here because I know they will not grow that tall, and maybe some Café au lait. They're not growing so tall as well. So I think those will be very good here. Really like these pink Veronicas, really pale, soft pinky ones. I will put the name underneath this video. I'm not sure, it's something with glow. I'm not really know that name. And then there's some echinops here. The white ones, Powwow White, really like. The agastache, I have some agastache here as well. As you can see, it's quite a difference to the ones at the back. These were planted at the same time, but here, I don't know why, but I don't like it here. This is quite a dry bed, so I would think they would really like that. And they have plenty of sun, but somehow they don't like it. Then over here, the rose is getting some new flower buds. This is a David Austin rose, and it will flower a second time. So really looking forward to seeing that one in bloom again. Then there's a Café au lait dahlia there as well. And there are some cosmos in between, here and there, but yeah, they're not flowering. Only that one, the apricotta. That one is in flower, but the rest isn't in flower yet. So hopefully once those are in flower, it will look a little bit nicer. Then there's some zinnias in between here as well, and the phlox, the cherry caramel is in there as well. So yeah, that's it for this flower bed. I've cut back the Alchemilla mollis, so that's also why it's looking a bit meh at the moment. I've cut them all back. I've cut back some of the Nepitas. So yeah, it's a bit for center stage flower bed. It's not looking at its best at the moment. But luckily I have a new flower bed over there, and then I'm happy to show you, and that one is performing a lot better. This is the new flower bed that I made this year. It's doing quite well for the first year. There's some things I like and some things I don't like. The agastaches, those are new plants, so they're not really established yet. So you can see that on the color of the leaves, it's a bit red, pale yellow. So I hope once they establish, they would look a little bit better. But I'm not quite sure because they are quite tall here. If I like the height of those, if I should leave them here or not. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Then have the beautiful sweet Suzanne here as well, these dahlias. I really like these ones. So for next year, I think these two beds will be mainly with the sweet Suzanne and a few Café au lait. And then the cafe au lait, I have a really amazing one over here. It's really, really beautiful. It's quite a large one. It's the most beautiful flower I've ever seen from the cafe au lait. The color, the size, the shape, it's absolutely perfect. But somehow it's not that tall and it's in a corner that you can't see it well. So what a shame. I would love to have seen it a little bit better. So I'm hoping it grows a little bit taller that I can see it much better. But I will definitely put a label on that one, that this one is a really great one, so that I can give it a center spot somewhere for next year. So there's lots of zinnias in here. This one is called lilac. There's still here some cherry caramel flux in here. There's lots of dahlias here to come. So these are some cafe au lait as well. I think these are all cafe au lait, maybe a breakout in here. I have labeled them, but yeah, I can't find the labels. They're somewhere in between there. I always leave the labels because once at the end of the year, I have to dig them up and store them, then I know which ones they are. There's a really beautiful zinnia here. It's called Sahara White. It's a bushy growth, so if you need something for in the front of the border, these ones are really pretty. Then the scabious is flowering a second time. Really like these ones, are doing quite well as well. There's some chamomile. There are some cosmos here, but they're not enjoying this bed much. I don't know why. There's a lot of compost in here, so I think they don't like that. They like poor soil, so maybe that's the reason. But they're not growing really well here. I was hoping to get a little bit more cosmos here in between. My knees and my legs are hurting, so I can't sit that long. Lots of bees here. Look at the bees and the butterflies. Absolutely adore it. I so much enjoy watching all these butterflies and all these other insects in the garden. Do a lot of macro photography and videography as well. Yeah, basically that's it from this little border. But for the first time, I think it performs really well. It's a little bit crowded in my little vegetable garden. I've planted way too many tomatoes in here and I let them grow too tall as well. So I think I need to pinch out the tops. The honey tomatoes are doing not that great, but there are quite a few tomatoes on here. Some are already turning red, so I think I will be able to harvest those. Sunflowers are way too tall for this vegetable garden, but I didn't have any space anywhere in the garden to plant them, and I just wanted to see how these ones looked, and I think they're really pretty, but yeah, not for my garden. That's great if you have a large garden, but not for me. Then I have the beefsteak tomatoes. They're in here. A few large ones. The other ones, they're not doing well. The ones in the containers, they're doing a little bit better. So I don't know why that is. If it's a lack of nutrition, or if they're just focused on producing a lot of foliage, because they have grown really well, the plant itself, but it's not producing fruits. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. And then here are some other cherry tomatoes. Those are doing really well. It's a variety called Sager. And that's a really good variety if you want to grow tomatoes outside. They do really well, but they're getting floppy and too tall. So I think I need to punch out the top growth, and then they can just focus on ripening the tomatoes. Then behind it, there are the beans, but they're too much in shade because of the tomatoes. They're producing beans, so they're doing okay. Can harvest a few more, I think. But yeah, for next year, I think I need to plant less tomatoes here. The sweet peas, also they're not really fond of this spot. They are growing, but they're not producing a lot of flowers. Over here, here it's going a little bit better. The Brussels sprouts are growing really nicely, but there were some cabbage whites on here, and I did see a few, yeah, like here, I saw a few caterpillars, so I need to get rid of those. But I hope they will survive. I haven't netted them. Maybe that would be a possibility as well. But I was thinking like, okay, maybe I can get rid of a few caterpillars and it won't affect the veg on itself, because once they produce Brussels sprouts, it's winter and then the caterpillars aren't there anymore. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then behind it, I have the beetroot. And yeah, they're growing nicely. Not that tall, not that big, but yeah, they're forming nice beetroots. So I think I will be able to harvest a couple of them anytime soon now. Underneath it, I have some more basil, and here you can see the tomatoes that are ripening. Some more basil, and have a pepper here, but it doesn't get a lot of sun because of the courgette. It's growing a little bit too big, but I see some really nice little courgettes on there. I'll show you those. So in between here you can see two courgettes, so they're doing nicely. There's a courgette that can be harvested here. I hadn't noticed it. It was underneath the Moroccan mint. That one, really nice. So I'm going to enjoy this one with some tomatoes and onions and some minced meat. So yeah, that will be a really nice stew. And then there's some others that rotted, and now I know why. Look at these. It's just not producing new fruits when there is one that is that big on the plants. Somehow it only produces one fruit per plant. And now that I've removed it, some of the others can grow. This one don't. I'm going to move the little ones like these. They're not going to do anything. But there's still some flowers on here, so now it can produce new fruits. Look at these wonderful apricots. I think it's quite special to be able to grow apricots in our northern cold country. Got 5 of them now, already harvested 3 more earlier. And there's still a few on there, but they're still green. I think there are at least, yeah, a dozen more. So yeah, I think it's quite a good harvest. Well, at least for our country. I'm going to enjoy these very much. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, the scent is wonderful. The rewards of a little vegetable garden. Got a nice little harvest, courgettes, tomatoes, some apricots, so I'm pretty happy with that. Along the path, the roses are flowering for a second time. These are called Sneeuwwitchen. Just really simple white flowers, but I think they're really pretty and they work really well alongside the path here. The lavender almost finished flowering. It is forming some new flower buds, so some of them will continue to flower, but the other ones need to be cut back and then hopefully they flower again. Next year, this year they were doing quite well because of the drought. So they were not growing so tall and leggy and flopping over the path. So yeah, it looks really nice this year. So yeah, that's it for me. I really hope you enjoyed this garden tour. Wishing you all a lovely Sunday and happy gardening to you all. We've had a few rainy and cloudy days, so I was finally able to cut the yew hedges. I think it looks so much better. It is quite sunny today and it has only been a couple of days that I cut them, so I think I might cover the hedges with a cloth so that I don't get sunburns. I still need to cut back the large and taller yew hedge, but yeah, I will wait until we get another couple of days that it's not so sunny, and then I still have to cut the buckstones, the boxwoods, but yeah, as well, it needs to stay at least for a couple of days a bit cloudy, and with this sunny weather, it's impossible to cut them. With the changing weather from bright sunlight to rain showers, I have been running in and out with cloths to protect the freshly clipped hedges for a couple of days, until they were adapted to coping with sunlight again. A couple of days later we had overcast weather and I was able to clip the large yew hedge as well, and it looks so much better. Now all I have to do is to wait for some more overcast days to clip the boxwood as well. Every morning I have a little walk in the garden to see which flowers have opened up. It fills me with so much joy to see another beautiful flower, or to watch the bees and other little insects to enjoy their nectar. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel for more videos. Hope to see you next time. But now it's a bit messy and I don't have enough flowers. Bleh. Like, we've had a few we've had a few days with rain, blah blah. We've had a few cloudy and rainy days. There's a dog. And hope you're enjoying your garden as much as I do. And oh yeah. I'm wishing you all a lovely Sunday and I hope you're enjoying your and I hope you're enjoying your garden as much as I do. Hope to see you again next week. Nou ja, dat moet dan dus maar. Ik weet het niet.